Hey everybody, welcome to this Xbox Life episode number 467. This is the show about Xbox, gaming, anything else we want to talk about. I'm Rob, one of your hosts here, also known as Presar, and with me I have two good buddies that are, let's see, down, if you're watching, they're both like right down there. I'm trying to do like the Brady Bunch thing here. I like can't quite look down. Who's Alice? Wait, Alice is in the middle. Brun is Alice.
Yeah.
So we have
Mark,
so
Mark waving up at me. Is that me?
Yeah.
I can.
Pui.
No. So rude.
Oh, I'm kidding.
Don't make me play that song.
Did you guys ever watch The Young Ones? Do you remember that show? It's a British comedy show. It used to be on MTV back in the day. So they had this kind of thing. They were at some game show, and then the guy from above got pissed off at the guy below. He busted a hole.
Hey, upset at the guy.
He got very angry.
We let you host.
No, but
One
that's a
time.
British. That's a British
And he
term.
swears.
That's,
And he swears.
no,
right
it's
off
not
the
swearing.
It's inappropriate language for the younger viewers.
Well, it could have just slipped on by, but now you made a big deal out of it, so everybody noticed it.
Right, now I have to stay just to keep you
Yeah,
under control.
And all the
Yeah.
kids are wondering, what did he say? Why is Wing making a big deal out of something? But anyway, he busted a hole on the floor, and he's like kicking the guy below him. So that's what you could do. But anyway, with me today, as I know you've heard both of them, I have Brun, also known as Alice,
Yes, BJ Swick
in the middle here.
Yep.
And my good buddy Mark.
Hey, how you doing? Also known as Wingman 709. And just for the record, because Rob failed to mention it, this is episode 467, Big Games Coming. That is the title of the show.
Yes,
he did
it
say
is.
he did say 467.
Yes.
That's all he said. He didn't say the
Oh.
title.
Gotcha.
Does it matter?
He's not leaving the title out. He's
So
cursing.
are people
He's
going to
just
say
off
like,
the
well, I don't know if I like the title, so I'm out of here.
maybe
No, I don't think so.
pre-star blooper. No, BJ blooper, pre-star blooper. Got our new blooper person.
Yes, there you go. So what do I do now? So did one of you guys
Hand it off to Ron.
did one of you guys listen to the stream to see if I did this right?
Yeah. I heard Mark and I heard yourself. I haven't heard myself yet, but
And is the audio
sounds pretty
okay,
good.
or am I really
think
soft?
he doesn't like the title.
yeah, I think we're all pretty even. Pretty good.
Excellent. So what's got two thumbs and makes the audio even? This guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. So
Yeah.
you can listen to us live on Twitch TV on Sundays at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And hey, Mark, out west over there, what do you like? 8 p.m. Pacific,
7 p.m.
3 p.m. Pacific. I mean, how's that work?
It's noon.
Minus
Yes.
2 for you, Rob.
Exactly. So it's 8 p.m. Mountain and 7 p.m. Pacific. And then you can also find the show on MP3 format in your favorite podcatcher, however you want to call it. And we're also on YouTube. So you can hear us on YouTube and Twitch almost immediately after we record the shows, or slightly a day or two afterwards on your podcast medium. All right, so let's go into what we've been playing lately. Here, I'll start up here. So I played a little bit of Skyforce Reloaded, also some Gems of War and Fortnite. And I also played the Forza Horizon 3 Xbox Enhanced. Did you guys get a chance to play that? Yes, no.
No, not yet.
Nope.
So the patch was coming out, I think on Wednesday, if I remember right. And at first I was kind of confused. I'm like, okay, so Forza's already showing up in my list as Xbox Enhanced, and there needs to be another patch. So I was playing it that morning, and I'm like, it looks really good, but it always looked good. And it's a Forza game. They've always just been stunning, and it's in HDR already. So, I'm like, well, that's really good. Then I found out that the patch doesn't come out until later. So like that afternoon or evening or whenever it was, I grabbed the patch, and then it shows you prominently right on the main screen, Xbox and, X enhanced. And it looks great. I really can't tell the difference.
That's what I was going back to saying before. The 4K really hasn't made a huge difference. It's the HDR that makes, I think, the biggest difference in these games.
That makes it pop.
4K, if you're close to your screen, then yes, 4K is going to make a difference. But if you have a big giant TV and you're sitting 8, 10, 12 feet back, you're not going to really notice the difference. But
I count my pixels. I have to make sure that there's exactly.
You get the ruler.
Yeah. But it's funny. I mean, we've talked about this before, but it's funny how it used to be like 1080p, but Xbox games were 900, and like that was such a big deal, and like how we couldn't do 1080p, but now we're 4K, but yet it's not that big of a deal type of scenario. It's okay to be 1080 now because one group can't do 4K. Yeah. But in all honesty, I do believe that it doesn't matter if it was 1080 or 900 4K or 1080. I mean, it's just, you can tell a little bit, but it's not like it's going to destroy your gaming session or, immersion into the game. So,
because I was, playing the game a little bit, and I was like trying to notice, and, there's always been the great reflections on the cars, and, the textures have always looked great, and I'm sure they're better. I'm sure they've worked, quite a while to get it where it's at. And the thing that I kind of noticed is that, before, as you'd go down the road, you would see like a strange halo effect on the trees when they go up against the blue sky. They kind of glow a little bit, and that was a little less pronounced. I think it's still there, and I think they made some improvements in the draw distance. But one place I didn't really notice any improvement was when I was doing my barn find. So apparently whenever I start up the game, I immediately get a barn find mission, and then as soon as I get to the area, it goes to nighttime. I don't know why. I have no idea why. 90% of my barn finds, I'm driving around in the freaking dark. And it's just so annoying. I mean, I started laughing. I'm like, again, seriously? It's like, okay, I'm trying to find this barn and I can't see anything outside my headlights because, it's the middle of nowhere, in Australia. It's not like there's street lights everywhere. And it was also kind of funny, the particular mission that I had, it also had like a little subdivision in there. And, half the buildings had garages. So I'm like driving up by every one of them in the dark, trying to see if it's the one. But none of them were.
They call the cops on you?
Well, they should have, because I trashed their fences pretty good. I did a little bit of property destruction, couple of patio sets or whatever it was. But yeah, I'm glad to have had them release the enhanced version of that, because the more the better. And I think that's about it for me. I think that's all the stuff that I've really played this week. How about you, Brun?
All right. Well, as I'm going through my list, I'll let you flip the image in the slideshow there.
Is that where it should be? The controller?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, let's see. I of course played PUBG. I haven't got to play as much. I haven't played very many games at all, to be honest. It's just been extremely busy and stuff like that. So mine is a short list, but of course PUBG for PC. I didn't get to any PUBG on Xbox this week. Gems of War on the Xbox to make Wing happy.
Yeah.
And I played some additional Mario Odyssey. And then to make Rob happy, I've been playing another iPhone game. I was a big fan of Hero Academy back in the day.
What's that
Hero
about?
Academy. Hero Academy used to be like a board game. You'd have a little
Ooh.
faction and you'd drag the people on a certain thing. And it'd be I would make a move and it would send it to you, and then you would make a move and it would send it to me. So, but Hero Academy 2 is out now. And it's obviously got some updates and stuff like that. So played some Hero Academy 2. And that's really it for me. I've been stinking it up on PUBG. I haven't won in a while. That's playing 1 or 2 games a week is just not helping. So, but that's all I've really been able to do. So,
Okay.
Mark, you got the long list.
All right. So obviously, Gems of War.
Of course.
What else,
Of
right?
course.
I even streamed some of that for our viewing audience on Mixer this week.
Oh, I saw that you were doing some today.
So, yeah, that was just to get some daily stuff out of the way. I wanted to get my last guild battle out of the way, but I ended up streaming something else on there that I think people would enjoy, and people did come to see. So, but I did play Gems of War, played Lies of Astaroth. I played a lot of Diablo 3 this week with Comrade, and thanks to Comrade for helping me to figure out how to get an achievement in that game. That it was one where you got to go pick up listen to all these audio logs in this particular level, and it was kind of not very straightforward on what you had to do. And she figured it out and then told me about it, and I went and did what she told me to, and bam, got it. So, also played some Skyforce Anniversary and something else for Rob. What is it? Rob's week.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Skyforce Reloaded.
Oh, yeah.
I actually paid the $10 for Skyforce Reloaded.
It's one of the best gaming
not-
values in the last year.
I don't know. Skyforce Anniversary was free, and it's the
Yeah.
exact same game. So
Pretty much. Oh, close. Yeah, pretty close.
I paid $10 to play the same thing. But it's oh my gosh, is that thing addicting?
Mm-hmm.
What's even worse is like on Reloaded, they've got these things in there. I don't really understand it yet. I haven't played enough of it, but there's cards, and I guess I picked up a card, and the card gave me like bonus stars for 15 minutes. And I got this just as I was going to stop playing, but I couldn't because it was like, I'm like a serious bonus on the stars. And it's like, well, I can't let that go. I got to make use of that. So I was stuck playing for at least another 15 minutes. And it was just,
Yep.
and I was racking up. It was great. I mean, I was loving it because, oh man, was I getting some points, and I was being able to upgrade my weapons a lot faster. And so it was pretty sweet, but fun game, hard game. Oh boy, is it hard. What it is it's addicting and fun. And then also today I did stream some Call of Duty World War II. I played some multiplayer and streamed that online. Had a good time with that. So, and I really enjoy it, man. I'm really enjoying the Call of Duty multiplayer in World War II. I just feel like it's right back to the way it used to be. Like, I don't know. It's just I've really enjoyed it. To me, it feels like original Call of Duty and the modern warfare. It's got that feel to it. It just feels like, yeah, this is the Call of Duty I know and love. So I will probably be playing a lot more. And if anybody's playing and wants to join me, let me know. I'll be more than happy to play online with you guys.
I would have liked when I played the beta and stuff of it. I had a good time with everybody. It was just, I feel like they moved it back to World War II, but they left some of the stuff from Future or whatever the future. What was the one before it?
Advanced Warfare.
Advanced Warfare,
Infinite
where it's like,
Warfare.
I'm sorry, in World War II they didn't have guns that would like triple fire, the speed of light. Like
Well,
what's this railgun electric railgun attachment to my M1? No, I'm just it's so I'm just kidding. Like even Modern Warfare had perks, which is like still my favorite Call of Duty, that first Modern Warfare. But it was just kind of, and honestly, I think it was probably the beta too, because I think they ramped up the speed of unlocking stuff. So it was like I just jumped in. I'm a level 1, and there was like level 20s in there, and I couldn't even get a shot off of those guys without those guys killing me. It was just like I ran around the corner, and it was like, and I was dead. And I'm like, what in the world's going on? They're like, oh yeah, he's got this gun, and it's got this thing on it. And I'm just like, I thought that was out of here. I thought they went back to the basics, but they did go back to the basics, just not back to the very, very, very basics, which I can understand. I can understand. I don't want to say that I don't understand that, but
it's a game.
Yep.
Meant to be fun.
Yep. It's good as you're having fun with it, though, because I know we were kind of in the same boat. It's kind of like, what Call of Duty is going to bring me back? Like, I still can't capture that Modern Warfare. I wish I could. I really miss it.
I see. To me, I don't know. When I play this, I feel like that again. I get that same kind of feel that I did with Modern Warfare. It really did. It was weird how when I sat down to play this the first time, and it's like soon as it launched, and I ran through my first couple waves. I was just like, I was thinking of Modern Warfare in the days that I would just play that just so many hours, and just I'm like, this really kind of has captured that feeling again. So for me, I'm really enjoying it. It's nice to be excited about a Call of Duty multiplayer again.
Right.
And I die a lot. I did not do very well today, but it is what it is, and oh well.
Yeah, I think those multiplayer games, get rid of that little stat called KD, and it makes the game fun. Just don't show it, and it makes the game fun. Or don't even show deaths. Just show kills. Don't show deaths, and I think it'd make people a lot happier. But, all right. Anything else you played, or was that it?
I think that was it. If I can recall.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Mark and I were tinkering a little bit with Gems of War, and we verified that mobile and such can't join guilds of the Xbox,
On the Xbox
version. Yeah.
I didn't think so, but we tried it out. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they're really missing out on something there to be able to save your progression between iPhone and console.
Yeah.
Because oh my gosh, I wish I don't play on my phone anymore. I think I actually deleted it off my phone because it's just like it's not helping me. I'm so much further on Xbox. I'm not playing it again. Yeah. So, but yeah.
I don't. Just a quick note too. I don't think the notification things are working for Rob, because I did the subscribe and it didn't pop.
Yeah, I did that as well. But when I did it, 4 weeks ago, it didn't pop either. I don't know.
That's just something we can take a look at.
Okay, so we done with that? Moving on over.
Oh, I just want to tell people too. Yeah. Again, I mentioned it before, but I have been streaming quite a bit on Mixer, mixer.com/this Xbox Life. I do plan to do a lot more. I game pretty much almost every day, and it's at night when I'll be streaming. So Eastern time frame. Sorry, you guys might be a little too late for you, but I do plan on streaming pretty much whatever. So come out, subscribe, or not subscribe, but just follow our Mixer channel. And I am going to be putting content up there on a regular basis. So if you are bored, And I have gotten some feedback already. Drano said he's really appreciated the content and actually that I am playing different stuff. So not just the streaming PUBG constantly 24/7. He likes to see the different games. So I'm going to continue to do that. I'll play Call of Duty. I might play some Assassin's Creed or Forza, or I'm just going to start throwing some different stuff. So I'll try to keep the Gems of War off of there. I know that's not as fun to watch. So, but I will be streaming other stuff.
I did get a kick that I went to sleep. It was either last night or on Friday, and I woke up and it's like 9 Mixer notifications, and they're like, "This Xbox Live has went live on Mixer. This Xbox Live has went live on Mixer." And then I get emails as well, so I got to turn off my emails. I had like 30, 31 emails in my spam folder from Mixer saying TXL went live.
I was doing some testing and setting some things up. So there's interactive buttons that make sounds, and Xbox kind of related sound that you guys can hit. I've been messing and got the chat stuff working. So, if you want to know how to follow us on Twitter or Facebook, you can just hit the little button on screen and it posts a link in the chat automatically for you and stuff like that. So I've been working on that. I'm going to be looking into doing some additional things on there, like animations and stuff. So I'm going to be looking into that probably this week. I won't be broadcasting a whole lot this week, though, because I will be traveling. But do go out, and I've got the replay on and video on demand. You can check out some of the past stuff. So you can see the Call of Duty thing I played. It should be playing automatically right now, my Call of Duty play today. So if you go out to that page. But, yeah, and then I'm also trying to figure out, I put up there that, like, we're going to have a Discord. But I don't know if I'm going to do Discord because Discord's more for PC. I'm trying to figure out a way to get the party. So when you're in a party chat with me, to get that party chat onto out on the stream as well. And I've tried using the Xbox app, which does have party chat, and I can't get it to work on my Surface or on my PC. Both my systems give me the same type of failure message. And I kind of thinking it might have to do with my routers that I have, or my router that I have here at home blocking, because it uses what's it called? Teredo or something. It has to do with IP6, the way it communicates, and it seems to be the system just won't do it. So I went through a whole bunch of stuff the other day trying to get that to work, and it's just not working right. So Microsoft has like this huge laundry list of do this, do that, do this, do that. And I was just going down the list. I went through the whole thing, and it's still not working. So I was like, well, this blows. So maybe in the next update of the app or something, it'll get fixed, or maybe I'll be able to figure it out. But that way I could use that to talk on a party chat with people that I'm playing, and then they'll be on the broadcast too. So that'd make more fun than when me talking to someone in a party and the people on the broadcast can't hear what the conversation is. They just hear me. So trying to find a solution for that. So. And I know Discord is a good way, but most people I'm going to play with, they're on Xbox. So they're not going to necessarily log into Discord on a PC to talk to me when they're playing on the Xbox. So I just don't think that's going to be a valid solution for us. But anyways, check us out on Mixer. We're going to use it a lot more going forward. So
for you guys both said you resubbed and stuff. Just make sure when you resub that you refresh your Twitch screen, and then up at the top of the chat, you should see a thing that says share. If you do not hit the share stuff, it will not come through because you guys are resubs and not new subs.
Oh.
So new subs are automatic. Resubs have to click the share at the top, and you can type in a message and stuff like that. Even though the messages won't come through, you will see them. But I didn't. That they show up in chat when you do resub, and I don't see your guys' stuff, so I'd have to say that it hasn't went all the way through.
Where's the share?
Once you refresh, it should be at the top of the chat window.
Oh.
Like up at the top where it says this Xbox Live. So.
Yeah, because I use the app.
Oh.
The Windows 10 app. I don't see it.
Oh, yeah. If you open it up and on in the browser, you'll be able to do it. So, yep, there you go. There's Mark. And we should hear it sometime soon if it is working on. Oh, there it changed, and there it is.
And it's
Partially
the cameras
hidden.
are over. The cameras.
Yep. Rob has that messed up, and I didn't hear the audio, so
I heard it.
I did.
yes, you do because you hear it on your PC, which is not playing through.
No, it is.
Oh yeah, that's right. We don't hear it, but they heard it on there.
Oh, I see.
Bad.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, they
I
heard
see
it
why.
on their end.
So it should be.
Anyway.
Boop, boop, boop. Okay. I had our cams up too high.
Yep.
They should be below slideshow, right? I think that was it.
Yes. Yep. All right.
Okay.
Rob, take it away.
All righty. Okay. So on to the roundtable. But first, a couple quick announcements. You can support us on Patreon by going to thisxboxlife.com/Patreon.
Flip scene.
And you can.
He's got it, folks.
Yeah. There's two hosts that are about to be jettisoned because I have the power now.
Hey man,
Now
everybody's
became
got-
a
hey,
one-man show.
tell me one person that hasn't done exactly this their first time doing it. It's fantastic. I love it. So, all right, go ahead.
And you can also find that on our website, I believe, as well, on our homepage. You can leave us a tip by going to thisxboxlife.com/donate. And I think at this point, if you do either one of these two or any of these things, you can put a banner across Brun's face. And
Not now. You fixed it.
no, now it'll go over instead of under.
Yeah, it'll go over.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes, it'll go.
Also, subscribe to our channel on Twitch if you haven't done that already. And what we're just talking about now is, that link with Amazon Prime, where once a month, don't forget to check to see if you need to resub, like Mark and I just did. And then also we have that channel on Mixer that Mark was just talking about. Check that out. It's very entertaining. Yes. Yeah, my son and I were watching him last night. He
I
was
try.
smitten. He's just like, oh, look, I know him. But yeah, so moving on here to the topics now. And I think I got to bump a couple of these here too, don't I? Yeah, tips, roundtable. So first up, you want to take this one, Mark?
Sure. This is one of the stories that we've been pushing for a couple of weeks. And it was like 10 minutes before the show started, and I was like, oh, crud, I gotta watch that video and get that full list of the game. So this will just be, I just wanted to go through this because some of these you may not have heard of, but this is a list that IGN composed of 34 big new Xbox One games that are scheduled to come out in 2018. So I thought this was, we're always thinking, or people seem to have the impression that there's no good games coming on Xbox. Only the other platform has all the good stuff.
That's like
and that's
every
just-
other day at IGN, right?
Yeah, I'm
Their
kind of surprised they
headlines.
even have this article up. So I was kind of impressed by this, and actually, I think there's a couple things missing, but and there's the very first one. I think we could throw off the list personally, but I'll list it anyway. So the first game is A Way Out. This is that, like, I don't know if it's a prison break. I think it's a prison break game that you play cooperatively with someone else, and like you see different points of view, like from both players. So both players are playing it from a different point of view, and it's a split screen game. So regardless, you only see half the screen is yours, and then you see what the other person is doing and where they're at in their game on the other half of the screen. But this is, getting some pretty big attention. and this is something that is scheduled this year. As Rob mentioned, I think last week we talked about it. Ace Combat 7 is coming out this year. So myself, I'll be interested to see if it's more corny. You know, my airplane flies around with 250 missiles on it again. Is it going to be like that, or a little bit more realistic? But I'm sure it'll still be a little bit corny.
I think that's how the majority of us. That's the only way we can handle these games.
Yeah. So, but that's coming out, and that'll probably look good. And it'll, you know what? I'll probably end up getting it just because we haven't had a flight sim, fighter combat game in a long time,
and we haven't had a good one in a long time.
I hope that Ubisoft resurrects Tom Clancy's Hawks. Because I really enjoyed both those games. And I don't think Hawks 2 did very well. I think it was kind of a stupid name, but I really liked the games, and I would love to see Hawks 3, but we'll see what they do. Next, of course, is Anthem. This is something that I'm really looking forward to seeing more about. To see is this basically going to be like a Destiny killer? People are kind of picking it to be that, like the next Destiny or one that's going to put Destiny to shame. But we'll see.
I think 2018 for that one might be a stretch.
I was a little surprised to see it on the list because, as far as I know, it hasn't had a release date. But it comes out cool.
It said 2018, I think, at E3.
Oh, okay.
But they never gave a time frame. But then there's kind of rumblings out there that, will it actually
2019
hit that? Yeah.
So. Well, it's again all these.
Yeah.
All 34 of these could slip, but
yep.
And I'm coming up to one soon, which I still don't think will ever release. But there's one called Biomutant. I'd never heard of it, but it looked kind of interesting in the video. Then there's a game called Code Vein, also scheduled this year, and then the game that shall not be named, except for this episode, Crackdown 3. Supposedly it's still coming. I really, really hope so. I want this game so badly. Then Darksiders 3, Dragon Ball Fighters with a Z, Dynasty Warriors 9, Extinction. One of my personal favorites I'm excited for, Far Cry 5, is coming out, I think, in March, the end of March. A game called FE or FE, I'm not sure if it's letters, but FE. Fortnite. And this is actually, that one, I was like, when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, it's already out. But that's right. The Fortnite that I've spent $150 on is actually a game preview.
Yeah.
So, and it's going to be a free-to-play game, supposedly, when it does release. And this is not the Battle Royale mode that's out now. This is the actual retail release, if you will, of Fortnite. And Fortnite actually is a fun game. It really actually is. It's a lot to it, man. It's long. It's definitely, I can see why it's a free to play. It is long. I only got through the first world, which took forever. Like, there's so many missions and so much to do. I'm in the second one. It's like I need to go back and play it. But then there's a game called Greedfall. I've never heard of it, but it's supposed to, IGN saying it's going to be a huge game. Jurassic World Evolution. Kingdom Come Deliverance, Kingdom Hearts 3. That one, again, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mega Man 11, Metal Gear Survive, Metro Exodus, and then the next one, I think it comes out this week, Monster Hunter World. I've been hearing a lot about this game, and I guess if I got this correct, I apologize. I'll get hate mail if I get it wrong, but I believe this is the first time Monster Hunter's been on anything outside of a Nintendo platform. Isn't this pretty much a Nintendo?
That's what I thought.
I thought it was on PlayStation at some point in time, but you're correct. It's never been on an Xbox console.
But this is like coming out pretty much for everything, and
I think so.
It's supposedly like going to be like just a big, huge hit. I'm kind of interested. I want to see what I'm going to watch other people play it this week because I want to see exactly what it is. Because part of what I've heard sounds like, well, I don't think I'd be interested in that at all. But then again, other stuff like that might be interesting to get together with your friends and go out and hunt monsters, and it could be really cool. Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Oh yeah.
There's Overkill's The Walking Dead, Psychonauts, Red Dead Redemption 2, which I am very excited for that one as well. We've got Sea of Thieves, which I think, did I miss the alpha, or that's coming up? The next technical beta is coming up. What is it?
This Wednesday.
This Wednesday. Okay. As I did see my game updated. I'm going to jump back on that and try to play it again this week. And I can stream. Oh, I can't. It starts Wednesday. Okay. So
I think
maybe
it starts.
Thursday night.
I think it starts Wednesday.
Yeah. So
People
I'll
are
be able to
talking
play
about
some of that this weekend.
Yep. And you can stream it. Yep.
Yes, and I can stream it. So I will be streaming that this coming weekend, trying to learn more about it myself. I haven't been too impressed myself, but other people are like, it's so good. And I'm like, yeah, I think I just need to play more and figure it out. It's one of those, it's like, I didn't know what to do. And Brian went in and showed me, do this, you do that. And I'm like, okay, well, that makes more sense, but not sure. I still don't think this is going to be one I'm going to get.
It's one of those games to me. Like I don't play PUBG I don't play PUBG by myself.
Exactly.
I don't.
Yes.
So this is one of those games where it's like, well, if I have one thing to do or like 10, 15 minutes to waste, but I don't see myself sitting down for hours and playing this by myself. To me, that is my friends are playing. We are all on a ship, and it's like it's meant to be played with others. So.
Yeah. So, and I think that might be hard to do. Unless everybody absolutely loves it.
Yeah.
People keep moving to the new hotness. So, we'll see. Skull and Bones is coming out. That was a huge, exciting game shown at E3. Looks like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, all the ship combat coming to a full retail game. Soul Calibur 6, State of Decay 2, which State of Decay 2 and Crackdown those are definitely games that are exclusives. I think anything else is that I mentioned. Sword Art Online, Fatal Bullet, Telltale's The Walking Dead, The Crew Part 2, Vampire, it's spelled Vampyr, game coming out. And then the last one is We Happy Few.
Which is just delayed, I believe.
Yeah, it's been in game preview, but so it will be out. And then one thing that I'm going to jump into another story I got posted here because I don't need to go into the story, but another game that is not on this list that I think should be is Age of Empires Definitive Edition is actually coming out on February 20th. And then if you've been a PC RTS player in the past, you know what Age of Empires is. This is like the definitive RTS game. These guys got it right, and they were really fun to play. And I'm more than likely I'm going to get it just because of I loved playing these games. I may not play it much, and I may not like it on the console, but I got to get it anyways. But that's a lot of stuff coming out, so we've got a lot to look forward to. And I mean, obviously there's going to be the next Call of Duty game. There's possibly going to be a Halo or maybe Gears game that hasn't been yet announced. So,
well, that Halo we were talking last week or the week before when we were talking about Halo. What if we're not seeing a Halo game? But Microsoft kind of said, but you may see a game that in its place or whatever that comment was. Do you remember that comment? And then what was it?
Yeah, it's
Tuesday
not
or Wednesday.
You think
what, Fable?
Something that will surprise you. Oh well, yes. Fable. Yeah, well, Fable. That's a whole different thing. That's not coming out. Not this year.
Yeah,
they're just getting that studio together. They're hiring people.
Yeah.
That game's not going to be out for a couple of years. So, but yes, a Fable game is coming. It's just going to be a while.
Yeah. Well,
So, but yeah, for 2018, that's quite a list of stuff. There's stuff in here that I'm actually looking forward to. And like I said, that doesn't even, we've got stuff that hasn't even been announced that is coming out this year. So I think we got this 2018 could be a very good year for Xbox games. Because I felt 2017 was a little lacking, personally.
I agree.
I spent less money in 2017 than I have in any previous year.
There's good games. I mean, there's plenty of good games that came out, but
just not as many, it seems like.
Right.
Yeah. But okay.
Focus, Rob. Focus. Like literally camera focus. Just kidding.
So the
There you go.
Talk to the hand, the focus hand.
That's all you have to do is stick your hand up in front of it. All
Oh.
right, sorry. That's funny.
All right. So my next thing is another one of the leftover stories that I wanted to talk to you guys about. And there's been a lot of conversation about microtransactions. We're seeing a lot of microtransactions into games. Pretty much almost every game coming out nowadays has microtransactions. So do you guys think a AAA game can survive without microtransactions? Is this, personally, I think this is something that's here to stay. I think we're going to see a lot more of it. It's going to be in every game. There's studios that have announced they're no longer going to do single player games, because they just can't. A single player game typically does not have, you play it and you move on, and then it's shelved and you never go back to it. So they're trying to create games that will keep you vested, that will keep you playing, so that they can keep putting microtransactions in front of you to keep you paying. They want to keep that revenue constantly constantly generating for that game. So with this model that we're seeing, do you guys think that a game can come out that is a AAA title and still survive or be profitable without having the microtransactions?
Well, they've done it before, so we know that. Actually, 20 some years of consoles, 20 plus years of consoles, they've done it. We know that it works. However, the microtransactions are a revenue stream that they can't ignore.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? The top two games of 2017 as far as game of the year, and the game that was right behind it. Both of those games didn't have microtransactions, and they, if you think about it as far as voting and stuff like that, they finished in the top two, and that is Zelda and Mario. I mean, they didn't have microtransactions, and they did just fine.
Right.
And you can't say that, these AAA games cost more than those, because Zelda's been in the works for 6 or 7 years. So a ton of money has went into that game and sold just fine and surviving. Nintendo's still around. So, but I hope, the thing is, I hope so. Because in my opinion, I look at games now and I'm like, okay, $80 game. Oh, okay. So there's a bunch of microtransactions. I'll just skip it. And then I just don't pay for anything. So, I mean, they may have to have the microtransactions just to survive, because people don't buy the game outright if they just had everything in it. But I will say this about the microtransactions. If it's like Overwatch type transactions where it's just like cosmetic type stuff, then fine, put it in. But if it's like Star Wars, I hope they don't need those anymore, because that's ridiculous.
So if you look at what, let's say, those crates do, how they give you those materials, how could they integrate that into the game without having, let's say, like that loot system? Is it just you find it randomly scattered through the game? I mean,
it depends on the game. I mean, there's loot crates in Forza 7. I've never bought one. I use them with in-game money. I'm pretty sure I could buy them with real cash if I wanted. But that game doesn't, the way it kicks out the stuff, you really never have to. Seems like you always got money to buy them and keep your mods going to earn you more money. But games like I think the biggest thing for me is it's a tough one, I think, for people to really answer, because you can kind of look at it from several different viewpoints and say, well, if I'd rather pay the $60 and then have microtransactions instead of spending $80 for the game.
I'd rather pay 80.
Let's see. But the thing is, I think as much money as they make on the microtransactions, if they ever up the games to $80, they're still going to have microtransactions in. Microtransactions, I think, are never going to go away.
Yeah.
They're, like they're generating like $1 billion a year just off microtransactions in FIFA. That doesn't even count the actual game being sold.
Yeah, well, but their microtransaction on that game is a game within the game that they're buying card packs for their Ultimate Team. Like, you don't have to play Ultimate Team, but a lot of people do.
Right.
So, I mean, yes, I kind of understand that. Like Overwatch, like I said, it's all cosmetic stuff. Like, you get one crate every time you level up, but if you want to buy more crates, you can spend more money to buy more crates. But yeah, as long as, like I said, as long as it's not like we're going to make you grind for 60 years to get this enough credits to get this one thing, like I've seen in EA games, sports games. As long as it's not stuff like that. So it's just, I mean, they take the fun out of the game to, they're making you pay for fun. I mean, I already pay $60 to have fun, and then you're ruining my fun and make me say, well, pay me more money so you can have fun again.
Have the fun that you already supposedly thought you were going to get with your money you paid.
Yeah. And that's what it's like. I'd rather pay, like I said, I'd rather pay $80 than 60 and have microtransactions and then lock content out.
Yep.
If they're locking content, if they're like I said, if they're locking what my shirt looks like, I could care less.
Right.
I don't buy into that stuff. It is what it is. But for the ranking, like to help you rank up fast or to get a character in a game, and they're basically blocking it out, making you pay for it, or play an extreme amount of hours to unlock it through the game, or giving you the quick way out, if you want to say that. That's the stuff that's got to go. So keep them in there if you get rid of the trash, the trashy part of it. So, and I think with the backlash that EA got, I think the trashy part of it, if people are smart, they're getting rid of that now and just staying with the cosmetic stuff.
Well, what about licensed properties, though, like Star Wars? You really can't do cosmetics.
Well, then
you can't have Darth Vader out of his costume. He wears one outfit. So
well,
you know what I'm saying? That there's licensed
yes.
games, you have to stay within that world. Same with like a Marvel game. There's no way you could change the costumes on Thor or Captain America or whatever. That doesn't allow for the cosmetic stuff. You can't, because you can't change their weapons, you can't change their costumes. So it completely takes microtransactions out of the way unless you start doing those other things.
Well, I think the publisher at that point has to determine, do they want to take on that game? Like, do you want to publish this game? Well, can we do microtransactions? No. Okay, then do we still want to publish the game? And I kind of said, go ahead.
But that's the problem, right? You see, so if they don't want to do it, okay, so now EA's got this license for Star Wars. Now they just got their knuckles cracked with the ruler, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, well, we paid for this and we thought we were going to make a bunch of money. We're not going to make money because we can't do microtransactions in a Star Wars game. Guess what? We're not going to renew that license. And then anybody else that can, sure, well, we'll take it then after that. But guess what?
Right.
They're going to be in the same boat because, like, well, if we can't do a microtransaction revenue stream, then there's no money for it. The money's not worth it at that point. And now we'll never see a Star Wars game anymore.
Yeah.
There is that risk.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
So, and again,
I
the
mean,
thing about this that makes me kind of irritated is I do feel that because it's so profitable for these companies, it's basically made up money, if you will. Um, it's so profitable for them that it's going to be in everything. And I feel like, and I really do believe that this is the way it's going because they have, uh, what is it? The shareholders, right? Shareholders want
Yep.
money. They want to make a profit. They don't care. The people that are investing in these companies don't care about gamers. They don't care about games. They care about profits, how rich they're going to get, how much money they're going to make. So they don't want to back a company that isn't going to do massive microtransactions. They're going to back EA all day long because there's a lot of money coming back to them. And that's why EA is going to continue to do this. It's all about money for them, plain and simple. That's just the way our economy works and the free market works. But the bad thing about it is, you know, I fine. You want to put microtransactions? I can get around it. I can understand that. The problem is when they take stuff. I spent $80 for Star Wars and then find out I can't play as Darth Vader unless I play for 4,000 hours to unlock him, or I can pay another $10 to unlock him now. It's like, wait a minute, I gave you $80 to play this game. And so I really feel that what they're going to have to do, you know, I'm getting ahead of myself. I feel like because now we get the perception that, well, you're keeping stuff out of the game, which they are, because we spent a lot of money and then they basically put a paywall up and said, you can't play this, what you paid for, unless you pay more money. That's bad. That's going to, you know, we're not going to put up with that crap forever. So they need to fix that perception, if you will.
Yeah. Well, the funny part about Star Wars, and I've said it before, is like how hard do you have to work to screw up making money on Star Wars? But Battlefront 2, what cost them, you know, it may have cost them. We don't know. This is an assumption I'm kind of making. You know, I don't have any facts behind this, but to me, what's costing EA money due to Battlefront is all the negative press they got because they crammed in microtransactions. So what could have they made in that game by selling more copies of the game instead of the microtransactions that they had? Because they had to rip them out. They're not making any more money on microtransactions. They ripped out the microtransaction part of it. Right? Temporarily until further notice have ripped the microtransactions out of it. So my question is like, well, all the negative press and people blowing up and asking for millions of dollars in refunds, what actually cost them money this time is putting in microtransactions, which they were trying to put in to make more money. So maybe they should have just not done microtransactions for a game like that. Definitely with the passionate people in Star Wars. I mean, you're right, Mark. How many Star Wars fans fired up that game and said, I have to do what to play Vader?
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. It's just, you know, I'll put it this way, and this is kind of where I'll leave it. There is a place for microtransactions and loot boxes and loot crates. There's a place for them. There's also a fine line that I think you can go up to and should never cross. And, you know, as long as they stay behind that line, you know, they're going to make money in microtransactions. It all depends you know, like you said, every company wants to make money. And I know 20 million is more than 15 million. But when you're trying to shoot for that 20 million and you only make 4 because you cross that line, then you're going to realize that maybe you just went too far. So there's a spot for them. They just have to be smart. Some people just get too greedy too fast. That's what's getting them.
Yep.
And how long are the gamers going to stick around? You know, it just does. There's the potential to lose out on other great games because of the microtransactions and the bad feeling people have towards it. You know.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, it doesn't come to that. I think they can survive without them too. Yes, they haven't upped the price of games on us in a long time. I honestly think I'd almost rather pay the higher price and just get rid of microtransactions myself. I'd rather have it where when I buy the game, I can play the content that I paid for or that I was led to believe it's there. Otherwise, I think they're going to have to go down the road of basically saying, okay, this is what your $60 gets you. So here's the game. And then on the back of the Star Wars box is a disclaimer or a big box that you got to click through and read to buy the Star Wars digitally. It says, here's what you get for your money, and here's what you can't do. Here's what you're going to have to use. This is what'll be unlockable via microtransactions, or that the characters are in the game you paid, but you won't be able to play them, unless you play the game for 4,000 hours. And they're talking about like there's laws and rules now on chances of what you're going to get in a loot crate. Like, what are your odds? I think the same thing. I think this falls into that same category, of, well, can I play the character I'm thinking I'm paying for? He's on the box, but guess what? You boot it up and find out, oh, well, you don't get him. You have to pay for him even more money to get that character that we advertised on the box. Now that gets into the realm of false advertising, because where in the box did it say you couldn't play as Darth Vader until you put 4,000 hours in game time in?
Sure.
So yeah, they've made some adjustments, but it was only due to the massive backlash that came out. That's the thing. Their intent was to basically force everybody to pay to unlock Vader, because that's what people want to play as Vader. And they're like, okay, he's the most popular character. We're going to make it such a long trek. And Braun, you've talked about this years ago with EA's hockey games.
Yeah, the hockey.
Like, it was insane how much they made you play. Or you could, just pay more money and get it now. And that's the problem. I don't want to buy games that it's like, well, they're basically going to force me to pay more money. Because that's just like, to me, that falls into the whole snake oil salesman or used car salesman, territory. That's where the video game publishers are going. And they're forcing developers to put money before the game. Devs want to build a game. They want to build an experience. Publishers are just taking advantage and milking every dime they can out of that. And that's where I think the big problem is here.
Yeah, I mean, we're in a world, and the other thing to think about is we're in a world right now, or we're in a time where we have things like Patreon and what's when you back somebody, what am I thinking of?
Kickstarter.
Yeah, we have Kickstarters, we have Twitch, we have Mixer, all these things where you could subscribe to somebody and you pay them $4.99 to watch their channel, or $19.99. Like, we have all these things where people produce content, and if people like it, they help. They want to support the people that they love and the people that they have. Up the games from $60 to $70. And I'll tell you what, if somebody loves your game, loves what you do, and you just put out an option that says, hey, come to our website and back us, be a supporter of us. Oh, if you support us and donate to us, we'll give you a little icon next to your gamer tag in the game, or something that shows that you're a supporter or a backer. Very similar when you look at our chat right now, you see the people with the blue little crowns because they are Twitch Prime subscribers. People that subscribe to our channel, like Drano, and he donates money to us because he likes our content, he likes our stuff. We don't turn around and be like, oh, okay, Drano, pay $19.99 to listen to our show, but you don't get the end of the shows unless you pay another $4.99. Like, we don't do that. We give them content. Well, if they love it, they donate. Not yet. Yeah.
That's a feature coming in 2018.
People don't realize
we haven't rolled it out yet, but TXL's going microtransaction, baby.
Yes, what it is you get 2 hosts, and if you pay for the microtransactions, the third host will come back. Kidding. But no, that's what I mean. It's like, why not put that in a game? Because, you talked about it, Mark, with the last game that you played. Of course, it was free to play with microtransactions in it, Gems of War. But imagine if that was a full full priced game, and they just gave an option like, oh, if you love our content and love our game, go to our website or, donate here. And if you donate, we'll give you, like I said, just a little icon or a banner that shows you're a backer that other people can see. And then that gives people a choice. And I'll tell you, some people will do it. A lot of people will do it. But it's only if you bring out good content. And you can't turn around and say, hey, donate to us. By the way, also, we're having microtransactions and season passes and this and like all, the companies that are trying to do like all 15 extra moneymaker things, plus you pay $60. I mean, they're going a little too far. Just make a full game that we can play and we can buy. And if we love it, and we'll support you. That's where we're at right now. Why not take advantage of that?
Yeah, I'm supporting Gems of War. I don't know how much money I've given to them, but this game's not free now for me.
Enough to get you in trouble?
No, I haven't.
Just kidding.
I've probably maybe put $15 into it. It's not. I'm trying to not go crazy on it, but every once in a while, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna throw them a few more bucks. I don't mind, because the game was free, and I think that's another good option. It's like, okay, let's go the free to play model then. Then make all these games free to play. Make us so we don't have to pay for anything. And guess what? We will pay the microtransactions for the games that we enjoy, that we want to play. But it'll never go that route.
Yeah,
it never will, because again, these companies, they want their money back. They're not willing to take the risk. They're very risk adverse. They got stakeholders that they got to pay, and it's just, so they're going to crank every dime out of our pocket that they can.
Yeah.
But
I just like having the option. Yeah. I feel like people donate more when they feel like they're not forced to do it.
Yep.
That's the key. Maybe that's the line. That line that they can't cross is the line where you're making the gamers feel like they're forced to do it. And it's not just an option to do it if they really care and they really want to. Because, there's a lot of giving people out there. All three of us are very giving people. People that listen to our show are giving people. They're everywhere. But if you're going to say, give me this or else, you can't do this, then, that's a problem.
Right.
So, but, hey. Sorry, resubbed.
Yay, Rob.
Yeah, the beta version of the Windows app has that.
Oh, gotcha. So, yeah, but that's where I'm at on AAA games.
Or, 4,000 hours of listening. So
yeah, Drano wanted to know how much to unlock Brun.
Unlock.
Said $999.99 a month.
A month. Wow.
You're cheap.
Yeah. What can I say?
All right. So that's it for that one. I do want to talk. The next thing I had here was, Rob, I think this article couldn't be more timelier for you.
It's a sore subject now.
There have been some details are surfacing about a next generation Xbox Elite controller. So this is from Tharot.com. The article says that for the past few months, I've been hearing that Microsoft is working on a second generation Elite controller, and now the details are starting to surface. I did my best to confirm this information before posting it, and I believe it is accurate. So the information, let's see. And the basics are that it is rechargeable via USB-C.
Awesome.
It has Bluetooth support, 3-level trigger locks, 3 profile switches, and longer key travel for the paddles. In addition, the device will come in a new case that will also act as the charger.
That's kind of nice. I mean, some of that stuff. Although, I don't know about the whole charger business. I don't know how I feel about that with the case, at least.
You put it in the case, and that way it's always charged when you're...
Yeah, but, now it's another thing you have to have, like, laying around. Like, we don't have enough junk on our desks or in our living rooms.
Whoa. Don't you call the Elite controller junk. It's Elite.
No. I'm not calling it junk. Well, I take that back. I'm calling mine junk.
He's
I'll
not
call that junk.
talking about. He's not talking about you.
No, yet. Brun will talk
Okay.
about it at some point. So I guess a little update on this, since we're kind of talking about something, not really saying what's going on. But last week, I think it was, I mentioned that my Elite controller started to have the left thumbstick drift issue that was supposedly fixed with the Elite controller. It's an issue that exists with the old school, the original Xbox controllers, and supposedly was fixed. So I was getting slight drift when you sit there, and I first noticed it on Skyforce, where I'd move around, I'd leave my spaceship stationary. Like if I lift off the thumbstick, then it starts moving up. It starts creeping up and up and up and up and faster. I move it back down. It works. If I leave it, it starts drifting again. And I started to notice that also on the dash. Well, it's gotten worse now to the point of where when I'm on the dashboard on the home screen, it's pegged, the selection box is pegged at the top of the screen. I can do a great job scrolling back and forth in between all the different screens, the store and all that, by using the thumbstick, or not thumbsticks, the bumper buttons. I can use those to go back and forth, but I cannot at all go down off of any of those to select anything. I can't launch a game, can't go scrolling through the store, whatever it is. So I pulled the batteries on it, and I, brought out my original Day One Edition controller. That one still works. Supposedly that one's got the issue potentially, but it hasn't exhibited it yet. So the controller that's been around, I don't know what, since 2013.
That you got free.
Yeah. I mean, didn't that come out in 2013? The Xbox, November 2013. Yeah. And now, so it's, 4 years, more than 4 years ago. That one's still working. The one for my Xbox One S is still working. Got that right here. No problem. But the one controller that I bought special, granted, it was really nice. I like it a lot still, but it doesn't work, and that's bogus. So yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Rob.
Yeah.
And I think I know I think you said you did this, but have you tried to go into your devices and stuff and update that?
Yeah.
By plugging it in with the cable and updating that controller.
So,
and when you update them, you gotta set the controller down,
right,
so that it's not moving at all, and let it update when it's sitting solid. I just wondering if you've done that or redone it.
So I did not do it with a cable, because I know that those supposedly can do it across wireless or across whatever connection it uses. I did try it. It says the code is up to date, and I figured, well, let me try to see if I can force it to reflash. So when you go into the update, it just basically says, hey, there's nothing to update. Because I was thinking like maybe something happened during the last flash, because I would imagine that it probably goes through some kind of calibration.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. So when it flashes itself, it does a calibration. I mean, it's got to just.
I think you can recalibrate without having to download an update.
Yeah. But I'll have to poke around. What?
My controller wanted me to tell you that you're an A button and a big D-pad. I know we're a family-friendly show, but that's what my controller said.
All right. And if it's that full of disrespect, it'll disrespect you soon with the drift issue.
Oh, I hope not.
Yeah.
Well, I told Mark, I told Rob, because we were talking about this earlier today when we were setting up his stuff, was, he got his at Costco, which is like a forever, what'd you say it was, forever return policy?
Very lenient. Let's just say
very lenient. Okay.
Yeah.
I said, well, take it back, get some money back for it, and then go buy yourself a Sea of Thieves custom controller.
Yeah.
Get rid of, or wait until the new version 2 of the next the Elite controller is
to repeat the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I was saying about
Upgrade it.
what I was saying about the charger though, if it's the case, like there's some telephony devices that do that, and I mean it's nice, especially if you're going to be storing the device in the in the case. Like there's a lot of Bluetooth. There's a lot of Bluetooth earpieces, office, wireless headsets that kind of do that. Especially, you just put them back in the case, you throw them in your backpack if you're mobile a lot. But
AirPods do that.
Yeah, but for something that really doesn't travel, like the controllers for the Xbox, I would almost rather just use the same base that I use for my other controllers to charge it. But I suppose you could still do that. It's not like it's a requirement to use the case to charge, especially if it uses USB-C.
Right.
To recharge. But what if you don't have USB-C anywhere? Oh, it's a whole vicious circle. They can't make anybody happy.
Just get rid of the headphone jack.
Yeah.
Oh wait, the wrong devices.
Oh gosh, no, don't do that either.
Wrong devices.
Yeah.
Friggin' Apple. Oh. Anyways.
All right.
Okay.
We on the recap?
No, one more.
Oh, we talked about that earlier.
Okay, so
Yeah, we're on to recap.
all right, as far as recap goes, there's not a whole lot really to talk about this week, except there's quite a few titles that hit the Xbox backwards compatibility program. And recently we had, let's see, what were they here? There's a couple of Magic the Gathering titles. There was Magic the Gathering, Duels of the Planeswalkers, Magic 2013, Duels of the Planeswalkers, Magic 2014, Duels of the Planeswalkers, and then also Sniper Elite V2, which was excellent.
Dude.
This is, isn't that the first one that you and I used to play, Mark? This is the one that kind of got us
the first
hooked
one
on
I played. The original was on the actual original Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to play that one. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one
maybe soon. Who knows? Maybe it'll be out. But Sniper Elite V2, and that's not V2 as in version 2. That's as in the rockets that they had back in World War II. Also Far Cry 2 and Driver San Francisco. So there's a fair amount of titles that came out for back compat. And I think that's it. So is there any rant this week?
I do have a small one.
I'll say I got one if you don't. I do have
really?
one. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Wow. Are you trying to take over my segment? Go ahead.
No.
You see if you can. No, I want to see if you can live up to the rant status.
Is this going to be a rant off?
No, it's not a rant off. I just want to say one thing, and it's not targeted directly toward IGN. I think it's to a lot of the gaming media in general. I hate to tell everybody, but releasing something that's made out of cardboard is not the greatest thing that came to gaming in the last, 10, 15 years. Just the amount. Mark knows what I'm talking about now.
Yeah, Labo.
When you have Microsoft and you have Sony that have released things, and you have the Switch. Nintendo has the Switch. You have the Switch. You have the PS4 and the Xbox. But when it comes to Xbox, you have something like, what am I thinking of? Drawing a blank. The Kinect. I know the Kinect is somewhat failed, if we want to say that, but that piece of hardware that was there was still a revolutionary piece of hardware. It had multiple cameras in it. It did voice recognition. You could play the games with your body, and it could recognize each individual finger, which is something that Nintendo couldn't even do. And you have PlayStation VR, which is out on the PlayStation, and it does a bunch of stuff, and nobody really, it's like, oh yeah, those are cool, fun little things. But when a company comes out and says, oh, we're just going to print you off pieces of cardboard and you're going to make them and you're going to stick your controllers in it. And these people talk about how it's such a revolutionary idea. Like they forgot about Lego and all these other things that come from it. And I had to talk to people at work. It's like I understand. And I look at my son and Jameson and he looks at it and his eyes kind of light up. He loves building stuff. Like he loves Legos. He loves puzzles and stuff like that. But it's just like, stop talking about Nintendo like they just made the greatest thing ever. Because to me, as much as you want to say, oh, it's going to be so fun for kids to build their own things, and that stuff's been out for years. They have not come up with anything other than figuring out a way to sell you your Amazon boxes that come to you in the mail. But then, of course, and the reason why I think I for the way they put the love into it and talked about how much they thought it was awesome, which just aggravated me even more. Cool idea, sure. Greatest thing ever? No. But the thing that really got me is it's $70 and $80. $70 if they wanted to do something for cardboard. And it's so funny. I'll tell you a couple of things here in a second. But it's like, if you wanted to, amiibos, plastic things that you can put on your game and do things with other game and interact with other games are cheaper than this cardboard. It's like, are you kidding me? If they wanted to do something cool and make something out of cardboard that you could use to play a game or interact with something on a Switch, it should be like $4.99 or $9.99 and hanging up next to the cashier at like a Walmart, like one of those impulse buys, right? And then on the back of it have a code where it downloads a piece of a game or a little offline game that would interact with. If you want to do something like that, sure, that's something that may, it's impulse buy. But when you're like, oh, I want to put this thing on you where it's strings attached to other pieces of cardboard, your kid walks around like he's a robot. Oh, by the way, you need like 4 Joy-Cons for that. Extra Joy-Cons cost like $90 or however $80 or $70. Now you need 4 of them if you want to use it. So that's $80 on top of another 80. That's $100 and something. You're about $150 if you want to play that game now. But it's just like, that's my rant. I was just reading about how people thought this was such an way to go, Nintendo. You stay weird, Nintendo. Way to think outside the cardboard box, Nintendo. And here I am holding a Switch going, when am I going to get a game that does something on this thing? Yeah. I don't have to,
you got to buy cardboard now.
Yeah. It's funny because, over the week, I work in IT, and I just got a new machine at work, and I got, I use dual monitors at work. So I got these nice 2 dual monitors. And one of it's like a carrying case, and I was like, "Oh, look, everybody! It's the Daddy's Leaving Mommy Labo case for Nintendo Switch. It looks like a suitcase. He's packing his clothes up and he's leaving." And then we're walking by a trash can. I'm like, "Look at this! People throwing out perfectly good Nintendo games." And so my comments were going on and on and on. But it's just, I don't want to downplay that it's not something that I know my kid would like. And the other thing, sorry, this rant time. The other thing that ticks me off is, tell me one more time, folks, that this is made for kids. Because I know it's made for kids. Do you think I'm going to strap that big thing to my body and walk around with it?
I bet
everybody's
Rob
just like,
would.
Well, everybody's just like,
Rob doing it.
No, it's like this. People are, you put on, you're like, this is stupid. And people's comments like, it's not for you. It's not for grown-ups.
You don't understand.
It's for the kids. This is something. It's a kids game.
Hey, did you
It's
guys,
not for you. It's not for you. And I just want to be
Yeah.
like, okay, are you buying it for my kid then?
did you guys ever
it's-
see
it's,
Hudsucker
what,
Proxy?
$500 cardboard.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see Hudsucker Proxy, the movie? They had that where this guy made like a hula hoop. I think they called it the dingus. And it's like, for kids. That was there.
Yeah. But
That was their
I just
thing.
I just love it where it's just like, for people that just calling this dumb, it's not for you, it's for kids. And I'm just like, yeah, but who you expect to buy it? Because I'm pretty sure most a lot of parents will probably buy it, but if they realize they're buying stamped pieces of cardboard
For $70.
for $70. So you fold these pieces of cardboard, and by the way, the controllers that you already have at home, you're sticking in this cardboard. Like, you can still play the game. If you're holding a controller as like a fishing pole, I can make a motion like I'm wheeling in a fishing pole. You know what I mean? I don't need a piece of cardboard around it.
They made a lot of money with the Wii, with those tennis racket slip-ons, the golf club, baseball bat. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they had the Wii gun.
Yeah, that.
It was like it's all it was a piece of plastic, and people's like, seriously, you're gonna make me buy this stupid piece of plastic? Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. Xbox One came out, right? And PlayStation 4 came out. Xbox was how much more than the PlayStation? It was $100, right?
Yeah.
And most people said it was because they were forcing you to put the Kinect into the box, right? So that's when you think about it, most people said the reason why the Xbox is $100 more is for the Kinect. So you're telling me people that complained about that $100 for the Kinect are saying that it's okay to spend $70 on cardboard? I am my mind is completely blown right now.
70 is less than 100. Come on, Bron.
So yeah, there's there's my rant. Nintendo, keep doing what you're doing, man, and keep making good games. I know it took you 7 years to come up with Zelda, and you promised it for the Wii U that okay, you did release it and stuff like that, but maybe it was a bad idea to release Zelda and Mario in the same year, because I really just think you're scraping the bottom of the barrel now for 2018 cardboard.
Dude,
Yeah.
you watch. I'm calling it now. Nintendo Labo Game of the Year 2018.
Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, it will
come
be.
back. I will come back and have one more rant.
I can
Yes.
see it now.
Save me a
people
guest
will-
spot.
Yep. It will win.
Yeah.
Most
oh my
innovative idea or something. Nintendo's gonna win an award for this. And all it is freaking cardboard.
Well,
But I will say this, cardboard is expensive. If you've ever moved and you've had to go to like the UPS store
It's high
or
profit is what it is.
oh my gosh, those boxes are expensive. So,
if you could get money back for cardboard, we wouldn't see as much people recycle it as we do. I mean, I can go down to 3 different places and I could build an entire house out of cardboard if I wanted to. And then based on Nintendo standards, sell it for $1.1 million. Because that's how much it is. The other thing is I can definitely see these things it'll take a day. Somebody's going to go buy this on day one and then start selling ripoffs of it. I mean, guaranteed. You still have to buy the game, but because that's the other thing. People's like, oh, you're getting a game with
sell it. They'll put some cheap cardboard out there. They'll stamp a fold here, fold there, and they've just ripped it off.
Yeah, it doesn't, and you don't get the game, but still it's, cardboard. That's my rant. Did I do okay?
That was awesome, dude.
All
That
right.
was awesome.
What was yours? What was your little thing?
Nope. I can't even say it now. Yours was awesome, dude. We got to move on to the next one.
All right.
I can't compare to that. You lived up, man.
You were
did a
very
great job.
passionate about your your topic there.
Mark can't beat out cardboard.
Not this week.
All right. Go.
What's next?
Okay. So let's see.
Yes, we do have something for the giveaway.
Oh, we do.
Yeah. So I forgot about this, guys. This is going to be for our UK or our European friends who shop at amazon.co.uk. We have a gift certificate for you. This one, I think this is pretty big. This is like double of anyone we've had before. This is, I forget. I think it's pounds. I think this is pounds, not the euro. I always have to look this up because I always forget. But we have $64. Well, I'm 64.58. I don't know how to say it. 64 and a half pounds, maybe, that you can spend. So what I want, and guys, people, ladies, I want more than one freaking voicemail this time. Okay. I want to hear from our listeners. Again, this is open to anybody that shops at amazon.co.uk. So sorry, US and Canada, you guys are out. But this is for those, and this is great. This goes right back to those that are supporting us. So if you're using our Amazon link in the UK and you're buying stuff there, this is going right back to you guys, and you can use it again right at Amazon. I just want you to send us a voicemail and tell us what game you're most looking forward to in 2018. I don't care what platform it is. You can play any platform. Just tell us what you're most excited about in 2018, or what game you're looking forward to play. And then we will randomly draw a number for this. Now, I'm going to let this sit for 2 weeks. So we'll give this away in 2 weeks from today. So you got to get your entries in. Just send us a voicemail, or you can record an MP3 in your computer and email it to us at contact@thisxboxlife.com, or just go to our website and hit the button to send us a voicemail. All right? So there you go. 64 and a half pounds.
All right. And as Mark had just said, you can go to our website, thisxboxlife.com, where you can send us a message. On the right-hand side of the screen will pop up a little widget or whatever you want to call it. You can use that, give us a message. I think the limit is like 90 seconds on there. So try to keep it under 90 seconds. If you need to talk longer, definitely just do a recording. Your phone probably has it, right? Don't most phones have the voice recorder? Just record away and email it over to us.
Yeah, which is how our voicemail came over this week.
Yep. So we have
his
one
own recording.
Yep, we have one. So you want to play, Brun?
Sure. Let me know if you can't hear it, or give me a thumbs up if you can.
What is going on, this Xbox Life crew? It's Ryan from the Horrible Gamers podcast, and I'm just calling in to say, guys, we love you, and we thank you for all you do. Wing, thank you for coming on our show and doing the extra shows with us and stuff. That's great. Thank you so much. I also wanted to say, Brun, we're going to miss you, man. You really helped me out in the beginning when I was trying to figure out how to do the streaming stuff, and you were a great help there. And you will be missed, man. So have a good show, guys. Later.
So, yeah, Mark, that was a good show. Jesus Walks a Lot is actually in the thing, and I just told him that I like the Wingman 709 interview show. It was a good show.
I had fun doing that. I really did. It was a really good time.
So, well, thank you for the voicemail. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember those days. It was kind of like the same thing I just did with you, Rob, over the last couple of days. Sat down with him and was going through the streaming and doing this and that. It's crazy, then even the stuff that I've done in streaming and stuff like that. Like, I have to thank people like Darkness429 for sending tips or information to me on what to do here and there. He's doing so well on streaming, but it's just asking, he wasn't able to sit down, but like asking him some questions and him actually providing feedback to me helped out a ton when it came to getting things set up and what we've done here on our show. So it's always nice to pass that stuff along. So
give him space.
Yeah, he's got the Timmy Trigger in there. So, but Gunny's a subscriber to Tim. We got his emotes going. So, but yes, thank you very much.
All right, and then don't forget that you can send us an email or voicemail to contact@thisxboxlife, like we had just mentioned. I don't think we have any emails for this week, but we do have a Twitter account. You can find that at /thisxboxlife, twitter.com/thisxboxlife.
Don't expect much out of it.
It's a low priority. What is a bigger priority?
I already forgot about it. It's like,
Yeah.
I thought I had an app on here for that.
Oh, the Twitter app?
I've still been doing it over the last couple of days.
Oh, it's in there. I've been trying to remember to do this. I totally forget about it.
Yep.
I did post apologies for the audio issues. So if you are listening to this week, I do want to make a comment. That was all on me. Again, it's always on me. It's for some reason, but we've done a lot of looking around. We're going to be doing some more testing. We found some stuff that was wrong. Windows updates just whack our audio somewhere, and there's so many different places that it gets affected. So we're taking steps, and every time that I host, I will be going through a pretty long checklist of things to check before to ensure that the audio is going to be correct. But yeah. I really apologize. It was bad. I was way quiet and everybody else was really loud. But we do apologize, and I'm sorry this keeps happening. I'm hoping the new steps I'm going to take going forward will mitigate that from ever happening again.
Yeah, I think when we were doing with Rob's stuff, all three of us were on Thursday, I think, looking at stuff. I think we nailed down what was the issue with yours, and we're going to be doing testing next week whenever you have time before you host on Sunday. So next week should be perfect.
Don't jinx it.
Will be.
Yeah, always remember Twitter. I saw a very interesting and a very helpful tip from the guys at Mixer, actually. They said, when you go on to Twitter and announce that you're going to be streaming on Mixer, and sometimes that is, it's always nice to do that. Don't always rely on Twitch or Mixer or whatever to send out those auto hosts things, because like I said, Mark, for the one that I just had, it was like, it was a little small notification. But for people who just read through Twitter and don't get those notifications, they'll see when you post out there like, hey, I'm going live on Twitter or on Mixer here in 10 minutes or something like that. One of their tips was make sure to include an image of the game that you're going to be playing, because it's very helpful. So,
yeah, good point. Yep. I got a lot to learn on Twitter.
Yeah,
don't like tweeting. I don't like social media.
Social media is becoming very rough to even bear to open up anymore. It's just nonstop complaining.
Facebook is the only one that I really use. And I don't even really like to use it either. I mainly all I really use it for is the our TXL group, and to just kind of update family on kid pictures and stuff that. Yeah. And what's going on. So just keeping family updated on stuff, but that's really about it. I don't even like Facebook, so maybe we'll have to hire some youngin that knows social media. I should just go get one of my kids to do it. Here, run our social media account. Okay.
Then all of a sudden we've got accounts on Instagram, Snapchat, everything.
Oh, my daughter's like, I can't wait till I'm old enough to be on Snapchat. I'm like, and I'm thinking, what makes you think you will ever be old enough to be on Snapchat?
Yeah, just so there needs to be a social media platform out there that's very similar to Twitter that filters out all sports, politics, and anything that has to do with people in Hollywood, and just get it down to like things that are important to people. Now, people may find that Hollywood's important to them, but no, people complaining in Hollywood is not important to anybody.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, get rid of the people hating on Alabama and Ohio State, and get rid of politics for sure. So,
Okay.
it's my next adventure.
So speaking of Facebook, we do have a really big active group on there. Make sure to check that out. And I believe that's it. I think we covered all those social medias, right?
I did think it's funny that King Cedrical said, "I heard you guys over grinding welds." Talking about you two. You guys are loud. See, I'm just a soft, mellow kind of guy.
Booming voices.
We were just right. You were too soft. So then they cranked the volume to hear you, and then
then I blew out their eardrums.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we will. We that's our number one priority right now, is to fix that, so that it doesn't ever happen.
Okay. All right, moving on. This week's retail releases. The new releases here for January 22nd through the 28th. We have Assassin's Creed Origins, the hidden ones, coming out on the 23rd. Also on the 23rd, we have OKKO, Let's Play Heroes. On the 24th, we have, oh boy, here we go. Was it Schwan Sword? Sword. Sword. No, it's XUANYUAN. Sword, The Gate of Firmament. This is definitely a foreign title. On the 26th, we have on January 26th, we have Drift Zone, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Monster Hunter World, and Celeste. So the 26th, which has got to be Friday probably. Yep, Friday, yet again, is the big release day. Which is interesting.
So here's my question.
Yeah.
Is Friday for everybody, or is it only for those that pre-ordered it and pre-ordered special editions and are getting it 4 days early? See, now I don't even know when games come out, because, a lot of these are like, get it 4 days early, so they release it on a Friday. But everybody else has to wait till next Tuesday to get it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so
this week I think they're all, it's their release day.
Well, we've seen that before several times. Comes out on a Friday, but it's not for everybody.
Oh, and I missed this earlier. Yeah. Of those titles, Assassin's Creed Origins, the hidden ones, Monster Hunter World, and Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Those are Xbox One X enhanced.
Sweet.
Out of the gate. No patch coming later. Alrighty. And then games with gold. Those recently switched up. For the Xbox One, we have The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing 3 continuing for the rest of the month. This is the title that spans all of January. And then new to the scene is Zombie. This came out earlier last week. And Xbox 360 and backwards compatibility is Army of Two. So that's got a 2-week run. Yeah, 2-week run for the end of the month. Until the end of the month. And if you use Amazon, make sure to use our affiliate link. That's a really great way to help support the show. Any purchases that you make on Amazon using our affiliate link, go and I forgot what I was saying. I totally got derailed because I was staring at that big Amazon logo that I normally don't pay attention to on the screen. Let me start over. If you use Amazon in any fashion, make sure to use our affiliate link because we get a teeny tiny little finder's fee for sending you their way. Use that affiliate link each and every time. It's a great way to support the show. Does not cost you anything extra. And you can find it at this Xbox Life /Amazon, or you can go to our site and click on the Amazon logo. And lastly, if you're an iTunes user, make sure to find the show in the iTunes store. Give us a 5-star rating if you would. It's another way to easily support the show. The more ratings that we get, the more we get bumped up in the rankings over there. And also, don't forget, Mark's on Mixer right now. So you can find him at mixer.com /this Xbox Life. And I believe that's it for this fantastic episode. You guys have anything else to add?
Okay, good job hosting, Rob.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah, I just wanted to say also another thing I had mentioned to Drano. I was talking to him earlier when I was broadcasting. One of the things I'm going to do on Mixer, I want to, is like community game days where you guys select the game that you want me to play. Yeah, obviously got to be something I have. But if there's something you want to see, I'm going to like post that out and I'll play it. You know, if you just want to see me play Assassin's Creed or, you know, Call of Duty or Fortnite or PUBG, then I'll play what the community wants. I want to start doing those so then I'll have scheduled times of when I'll be on too. So, but yeah, look for lots of continued updates to that channel. We're going to make it happen.
All right.
Excellent.
I got one more week. So next week's last show.
Get your voicemails and emails in this week if you want to say something to Brun while he's still here, and so he can reply and answer. That's what we should just make next week. Is just the Brun Show. Title it the Brun Show.
Yeah, but we already know everybody loves MooBot, so there'll be like one email.
It'll probably be that on
MooBot. I heard that on your interview show. Because Jesus asked if you're replacing me or finding in somebody to fill into my spot, and you're like, "Oh, well, MooBot, it's he already beat me out." So, yep, that's funny. But yeah, get stuff in. I'll answer any questions.
Let Brun know. Let Brun know how you feel.
Good or bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Remember, we're a family show.
When our emails we're going to get going, why is he still here?
Yeah.
We're going to get a bunch saying Brun should stay and the other two clowns should leave.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to get. Oh. All right.
Don't be sad. Don't be sad, Jesus. He'll be all right. But yeah, I'm good. Good for this show.
All right. So I'm Rob, also known as Presar. Thanks for listening, everybody. Catch y'all next week.
I'm Brun BJ Swick 33. Have a good night.
Mark, aka Wingman 709, taking off.